I don't like having any sort of mechanic or concept that's like, oh, you made one bad choice, random choice, or oh, you made one bad roll, some random thing, now you're just toast. Austin, your group has to sneak into the Dwarven Kingdom through the mines. Any fun mine ideas? I may build a minecart system to incorporate. Sneaking into the Dwarven Kingdom through the mines. So the mines are probably dangerous, right? There's probably risk of falling debris. The dwarves would know all the different places to go. Perhaps there's even places that, if they screwed up royally enough, they could end up flooding a tunnel, making a real problem for the dwarves, which could end up as a distraction that helps them, or maybe it could draw attention to them or force them into a really precarious situation. I'm also partial. The last time that I ran dwarven mines, I really like mines and deep caves to be to have myconids living there. I think that mushroom folk are a lot of fun to sort of throw encounters wise at a party because they can't really communicate. And to a party, a myconid is basically going to either be approached by the party or approach the party, and then its method of communication is like releasing spores. And those spores could communicate when they reach the party, but most parties are going to see something like that and view it as a threat. And it kind of creates this interesting, like, is it social? Is it combat? It could be either or. Um, but I feel like there's probably a way of implying that the dwarves have ways of dealing with the myconids. Maybe they have different parts of the map, different parts of the mine system. There's signs that say like, caution spores, or there's some way that there's like an arrangement that the dwarves have with myconids that sort of they keep their distance from each other, and the party could end up right in the middle of something like that, and maybe they even screw up a sort of a treaty between these two sort of colonies, right? Luke, you did a minecart puzzle, a shunting puzzle where you have to reorder a load of train wagons. Unfortunately, I duplicated a piece and made it. Oh no, that's where you're like, you good job, you guys found the mistake I put in there on purpose. I mean the intentional design flaw, you found it. The ousted queen is part of the group. I like the flooding idea of mushroom figurines by chance. That's perfect. Nice. Yeah, that'll be fun. You could probably also, I mean, this is a little bit on the mapping side of things, but you could do, to some extent, you could probably do a mine mapping puzzle, similar to kind of what even Luke is suggesting. Maybe not with arranging carts, but you could have kind of a version of that. So this happens in a game I played recently where you had to go down one corridor to move something to make another one accessible. Like if you create a certain type of almost like a pipe maze, and maybe have posted, and the party can see that, like, well, the mine shaft is completely inaccessible. It's blocked by this basically run of carts of supplies. But if we back that out this way and then move these others into that'll free up a way through. You could even probably have something like that, that kind of is a thing they'd have to solve, even though sometimes parties will take a puzzle like that and say, "Oh, no problem. We just, shrink ourselves, or we just blow a pathway through with sorcery magic, or we just do something." So it depends on the party, depends on the level. Puzzles like that won't always work, but something to consider. There's got to be a name for that style of puzzle. It's like a pipe maze, or I guess it's like a sliding block puzzle, but applied to a maze. Well, I think that sometimes parties and players can get into such a one-track mind about something that they kind of, I think, cost themselves some fun. Like, oh, can't I just XYZ that problem? And it's like, yeah, but don't you want to be cool? Not like be cool at the table, but like, don't you want your character to be cool? Don't you want them to be smart and clever and like figure out the way to do this and not just throw fireball for the 20th time. I've I've heard of parties being ended by an errant fireball causing an explosion or something that ended a party. So that would not surprise me. I don't think, yeah, there are a lot of things that I could consider in D&D, but you know, a fireball, it's kind of like to me like okay, so somebody fireballed something which led to something which led to something and TPK or somebody died. Um Feels a little bit like, and I've seen this a couple of times before too. Oh, you rolled a you rolled a bad roll and now you're just dead. It's like I kind of feel like, and this is really easy to accommodate because in 5e it's which I primarily run, it's almost impossible to players parties have so much working in their favor. It's really hard to kill a party. It's really hard to kill a character. But I tend to think that if it's going to affect the party, if it's going to even affect a character, it probably should be 2 or 3 bad decisions stacked. I don't like having any sort of mechanic or concept that's like, oh, you made one bad choice, random choice, or oh, you made one bad roll, some random thing, now you're just toast. Um, I guess it could happen. That kind of situation could happen, but generally, anytime I've had a party lose a member, or a near wipe, or even a full wipe, anytime that's happened, it's because there've been 2 or 3 or 4 stacked kind of poor decisions, and that I think is totally fair. Please wait, isn't there a spell where if someone steals something or if they open something, that thing explodes? So there are 2 different things. One is player magic, which is in the books, and that's what players. The other one is dungeon master magic, or like the magic of the world. I There probably is a spell. I actually don't know, even probably close to a large portion of player spells. I don't like using them as a DM, and I actually think it's kind of boring if I restrict myself to only thinking in terms of like, oh, is there a spell for that? It's like, uh, it's a crazy, wild, weird world of magic out there. Of course, there's something for that. I'll just make it up. I think the magical world is a lot more exciting if the players only have access to a sliver of it. Yeah, I think you're thinking of probably like a ward or like a some sort of a warded trap